and summoned all of them who could come. They have gathered their women and children. I am bound fastly to a lofty trunk. To Allah alone. I complain of my helplessness and sufferings, and of the death the Confederates have prepared for me. Lord of the throne, give me endurance against their design. They have cut my flesh bit by bit, and I have been deprived of sustenance. They let me choose infidelity, but death is preferable. Tears roll out of my eyes, though not of fear. By Allah, I fear not if I die a Muslim, on what side I fall for the sake of Allah. I will not show subservience to the enemy. If Lord so desires, he will bless my torn limbs and broken joints. Abu Sufyan then addressed him saying, I adjure you by Allah, don't you wish that Muhammad, PBUH, were here in your place so that we might cut off his head, and that you were with your family? Khubab answered, by Allah, I do not wish that Muhammad, PBUH, now were in the place I occupy, or that a thorn could hurt him, and that I were sitting with my family. Quraysh ordered Uqba bin al-Harith, whose father had been killed by Khubab himself, to crucify him. They also appointed someone to guard his corpse. Amr bin Umayyah ad-Damari played a cunning trick and carried the corpse stealthily at night to bury it somewhere. It was later reported that, shortly before his crucifixion, he was seen eating a bunch of grapes, although there was not even one date available in Makkah at that time. In fact, it was nothing but sustenance bestowed upon him by Allah. Safwan bin Umayyah purchased the second man, Zayd bin ad-Dathna, and killed him as an act of vengeance for his father's murder. Quraysh, whom Asim had killed one of their notables, sent someone to fetch a portion of his body, but to their disappointment, his corpse was inaccessible because a large swarm of hornets had been shielding him against any malicious tampering. Asim had already given his Lord a pledge to remain immune against any polytheist tampering with respect to his body, and also stay detached from any contact with the enemies of Allah. Umar bin al-Khattab, when hearing this piece of news, exclaimed, Allah verily protects his believing slave after death, just as he does during his lifespan. Ibn Hisham 2-169-179, Zad al-Mad 2-109, Sahih al-Bukhari 2-568,569,585. The tragedy of Monawel tragedy, which was even more horrible than that of Ar-Raji, took place in the same month. Abu Bara, Amir bin Malik, nicknamed Spear Player, came to the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, in Medina. The Messenger of Allah, PBUH, called him to embrace Islam, but he neither agreed nor refused. He said, O Messenger of Allah, if you dispatch some of your companions to the people of Najd, to call them to Islam, I expect them to accept. I am afraid the people of Najd will kill them. Said the Messenger. But he replied, I will protect them.